All right, guys. So my name is Marcus Liscano. I'm one of the leaders here in Power, and I'm going to be going over a little bit about what Power is, who we are, how we operate, and the commission plan, which obviously is very exciting. So we're going to get started here. So obviously, welcome to Power. A little bit about who we are, some of our people on the board. First one here is going to be Jonathan Budd. He is the CEO and founder of Power. What happened with Jonathan Budd is he created one of the world's best lead management tools and sold it. Wanted to get wanted to get in touch with the earth, and he went on trips to Amazon and figured out, you know what, I want to do something better in my life. So not only his life, but changed life for many others. So he ended up founding Power and hiring his whole board of directors. Our VP, Bobby Smith, he's hands-on. We talk every single day. Different projects, different ideas. It's always run by, so you can reach out to him at any point in time as well. There are a few more of our staff here. Every single person here has a key role and function within our company. They've been brought in because we are trying to go public within the next 2 years now. Right now we're privately held, but these people are all in place to help us go public at the highest IPO possible. The other person I'm gonna highlight here is gonna be on the far right, Rachel McDonald. She's our sales manager. And anytime you have a system in place that's already been sold, she's the one who would basically oversee all that to help you make sure everything goes smoothly. So she's really one I want to touch base on. Timeline about us and how we've gotten started with. Obviously in 2014 we started and founded Power. Yet by 2015 we launched our first partnerships. We grew that fast. So within 1 year we partnered with Solar City, who was at that point in time the largest solar installer in the nation, who just so happened to be owned by Tesla. And within 2017 we overgrew them. So we actually went to over 100 installers across the nation because we expanded our model to a national platform. So Tesla Solar City couldn't handle all that. So we had to expand it. By 2017, we actually went to crowdfunding and we broke the record by earning and raising $1.4 million in crowdfunding, which is pretty huge. There's a lot of starters that go on there, maybe get a couple thousand, 10,000 or something, but we ended up raising 1.4 million in a matter of days, to the point where we had to shut it off because we pretty much gave away too many shares of stock too fast. By 17, we grew over 5,000 members. 18 and 19, one of the cool things about this is we launched our cost of goods plan. And what that does is, so let me go back here. What that did was it allowed the seller, which is us, to control how much we want to sell for. But not only that, it was extremely transparent, which, where I came from the automotive industry, you don't know what you're making. All they tell you is, hey, go sell this, and that's it. What Power did was, hey, we want to be able to show every single consultant how much it's going to be for every installation. So that way we can truly see it, and then we can customize the amount of money we want to make to it. So I ran right through it again, but that's what it was. The Innovation Solar Sales Professional, obviously we are not changing anything differently. We're not changing the way solar is done or installed or anything. All we're doing is changing and rebranding and disrupting the solar industry. No different than what taxis did. Obviously taxis was been 100-year-old system. And look what happened. We had Uber. From there, Blockbuster. Can't go Blockbuster no more. We can't even, not even Redbox has been phased out. Blockbuster got a chance to get bought out, and they said, no, we're not going to do it. We're going to last. People love coming on a Saturday night or a Friday night to come buy movies or rent movies. They got played out by Netflix. Netflix is now one of the largest streaming services in the world. Obviously, I came from the automotive industry, so your traditional automotive dealership, like any Ford dealership, Nissan, Chevy dealership down the road, these are the exact same things. We didn't change nothing, but now you have Carvana. Carvana came in and said, hey, you know what? From the comfort of your home, you can not deal with the salesman, not deal with the finance, not deal with the manager. You find the car you want, we get you qualified, we deliver the car to you. It's changing the world. Same thing with other traditional solar companies. Here with local companies, they're doing the same thing. They have brick and mortar. They have all these different things that they got to do in order to stay open, which means they got to raise their cost up. With Power, it's different. Now we don't have brick and mortar. Now we work solely from home. So that's what gives us the advantage of being able to sell at a lower price point because we don't have as much overhead. So this one right here is going to be Why Solar. It's going to go from our CEO, and we'll let him talk here.
All right, let's talk why solar. So I'm just going to hit you with the big benefits, and then I'm going to give a little context. So number one, you can go solar for $0 down. It costs you absolutely no money out of pocket. Most people don't know that. Number two, you can save anywhere from 10 to 50% a month off your current electricity bill. That's huge savings. I mean, what could you do with that money, especially over a year, over 10 years? It becomes a lot of money. Number three, you increase the value of your home immediately because you now have an asset, an electricity producing asset that is part of your home. Number four, you become energy independent. You're not relying on some, power plant that may be hundreds of miles away from your house, generating that power, sending it through these transmission lines to turn on your light bulbs. You're generating power from your own rooftop, which is a huge deal. And number five, it's 100% clean, green energy. Say goodbye to the pollution in our air, the pollution in our water, the pollution in our oceans, in our world, and in our bodies. And once you go solar, that energy is coming from pure sunshine, which should make you really proud. And it's the right thing to do for future generations and for our children and for ourselves right now. So this is really a fantastic time to be looking at solar. We're getting ready to head into what they call the roaring 20s of solar, the decade where we're really going to see mainstream adoption. So I can't wait to come back in the next video and share with you why power.
So yeah, guys. So like I said, if you never sold solar before, trust me, I came from the same boat. I had no idea. I knew what solar was, but never realized how many benefits came from solar and how easy it was to get installed. So I like this video because it shows a lot of the hot points of why. Now that you've seen why you should sell solar, let's show you the reason on top of that of why you should sell solar. Obviously, the money side of it. So this is a compensation example, and this is true examples of how we do it. Obviously ours is a little bit different. I'll go over that here in a bit. But the total cost of goods, which means our invoice price, basically, $25,000. And we sell it for $35,000. Now, granted, that is something that we control as a consultant. We don't have a manager. We don't have anybody controlling that for us. We set that price and that margin for us, for the customer. Obviously, within reason, we don't want to take advantage of any customers at any point in time, but we obviously can have the opportunity to make a little bit more money or discount if we need to for friends and family. The revenue on this deal obviously would make $10,000. We pay out 70% of that, which is a $7,000 commission on one sale. There's no limits on how many sales you got to get a month to get to that point. It's 70% commission. Power keeps 30%. So, I mean, a seller commission of $7,000 is huge for one sale. We have people who are making 10, 15, 20, 30 sales a month. I mean, you put the numbers in your head. It's pretty incredible. Now, this is obviously what the national average is doing. I'm in Texas, so ours is a little bit higher right now. My whole organization right now running a little bit over $7,300. So your commission, your commission would be like $7,300 down here in Texas. Now in other markets, it could be a little different based on monopolies with energy companies and based on the cost per kilowatt there. But down here, it's kind of what we're saying pretty much. Time after time after time. Now, one of the other cool things about it is if you found an opportunity to work from anywhere at any time to take care of your family, would you share it? Keep it yourself. Now, when I got presented to this, my father-in-law told me about it, and he called me over for breakfast, and he was like, "Hey, I have a great opportunity for you. You need to come look at it." Obviously, he's trying to take care of me and his daughter at the same time. So I was like, "Yeah, I want to hear it." And what this company does is on top of that 70% commission, which is obviously its industry, I mean, it tops any commission fund I've ever seen in the industry. And for the amount of money you can make on one sale. They also go above and beyond on this, which means they give you a team revenue sharing. So, when I was in the car business, you refer a car salesman to come work with you guys or work with us. If they lasted 90 days, the company would, "Hey man, we're going to give you, $300-400. Sweet, man. I would tell all my friends, "Hey, y'all come work me, come work. And basically what they're doing is doing the exact same thing, but it kind of goes on every single sale now. So this is a direct revenue sharing. So obviously it would be you in the middle of that, or on the left side of that, and anybody you bring in out of Power's 30%, they're going to offer you 20% of their income. So let's put the number to this. If on an average deal, let's say $10,000 gross, the consultant gets 70%. So the person you bring in, Power gets 30%, which is 3,000. Power out of that 3,000 will give you 20% as a team override, just because you brought that person in and you got them trained up and they made a sale. So that's pretty huge. I mean, because if you can imagine, I mean, I'm sure you can share this with a lot of people who would be like, man, I can make some sales. I know people who own homes. I know people who want to go green. And every time they make a sale, forever, you will get that 20% every single time that they make a sale. That's huge. But it doesn't stop there. It keeps going. It keeps going all the way down to your 6th level. Obviously, it changes a little bit. They're not going to give you 20% every single time, but this is how it kind of bases down. So the revenue share table is from getting one person in. That's on your 1st level. They'll give you that 20%. On your 2nd level, they're going to give you 10%. So if I bring in Jay and Jay brings in Mark, every time Mark sells, obviously Jay trains them, where I help train both of them. Every time they make a sale from Jay, I'll get the 20%. From Mark, I get that 10% on unlimited sales. And it keeps going down to the 6th level. So Mark might bring Brandon might bring Anthony might bring Art might bring Jason. It goes all the way down. And every time those guys make sales, as long as I have the active consultants, which you would want to, I would get paid an override every single time that they make a sale. So that's huge. Right now, currently in my my team, I guess, my organization, we have a little over 350 people within my organization. So every single day, there's multiple sales going down. So every single day, I have that money stacking, and they pay out daily with us and weekly after an installation. So you can imagine how much that accumulates up and up and up and up and up. And that's the reason why I believe so heavily in this side of it, and I focus so much on this side of it, because this is that passive income. This is that residual income, that that automatic pilot income, which is I love doing. I can go on a trip with my family. I can go do whatever, and as long as my team is still hustling, still grinding, I'm still going to be making that money. So if I had to take a week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks off, I won't skip a beat. I'll still have some kind of income generating. So that's why I really, really like that. Now that's not it. We have another payout, the mentor program. So I'll break this down really quick. So when you first get in, you're going to be a mentee. A mentee is somebody who doesn't have any solar sales experience. They have 3 sales to split with the mentor. Now, to become a mentor, you got to have those 3 done, obviously, for yourself, plus 5 more personal. So you have 8 total sales. Once you have those 8 sales, you test out within the company that they understand that, hey, you understand how power works, understand how all the laws go with all the state you're in, at least. That way you can help train other people. By doing so, anybody you bring in on their first 3 sales, they have to split. So anybody you bring in, you're a mentor, like myself. And we have about 15 others within my organization. Every time they bring somebody in and that guy goes out and knocks on the door, calls a friend, calls an aunt and uncle, a cousin, and he makes a sale, he gets that half of that money for the first 2 sales. After the first 3 sales, that now the person becomes a consultant, and then they're on their own and they start making the full amount. But can you imagine, even on a half deal, you call a mentor, you choose your mentor, like myself. I have an aunt who's wanting to know about this. Okay, cool. We set the call. I do the whole presentation for you. I help close. I help show how to build up the whole proposal for them. We finance. We get everything done. And all you did was just bring a customer to the table, and you can make that much money just by doing that. And these are things we show. So that's why the mentor program is so huge, because instead of you going out every single time to go get those customers, it can literally be at the point where you could sit back and work with people every single morning requesting you to help them. So now you can have your personal sales, you can have mentor sales, and then you can have those residuals, which are all crucial. Those are all money coming in that, both of those are money coming in that you don't really have to go out and work for. As far as training goes, I do a lot of training online, Zoom. We have a lot of recorded trainings. We have people in different markets of all the nation that you can join up on. We do offer trainings every single day from our platform as well. So, I mean, training wise, they can be plugged in, start making sales, and everybody's happy. The next thing, we also, since we are privately held, we're going to go public, we're also giving you shares of stock. So on your first share, you're going to get 50 options of stock. Anybody you bring in to your organization on their first install, they're going to give you 25 shares. So if you bring in 10 people and you make 1 sale, well, guess what? You are already at that point. You're going to have, you're going to have 300 shares. So when we go public, you have that already as money. Here's the performance goals. 25 installs are going to pay you 500 options. And if you do 50 in a year, it's 2,500 options, guys. So imagine in 1 year from now, you could be sitting on 3,000 shares. 3,000. we go public, all that money is there. I mean, we want to talk about, generational wealth. That's it right there. You could be sitting on it. And on top of that, what Power's going to do is they're going to give you, it was going to be 30 days prior to us going public. They're going to give us the price. They're going to allow you as a partner now to buy it at 80%. So if you knew Bitcoin was going to get $40,000 and they said, hey, you can buy it right now for 32,000, but it's going to go to 40. Next month, would you invest money knowing you're going to get at least a 20% in return? Absolutely. So Power is going to do the same thing for you when we go public. So that's 4 different revenue streams that we offer for you. So that's why I get so excited about this, and I always want to share it to everybody. So steps to success, obviously plug in. We have daily training. We have the onboarding test that you have to do, certification. We do have all of our training recorded every single day. You can go back to your tab, look at all the recordings, plug in with one of us, plug in with other people who are within our organization. They'll show you how to do everything from how to generate leads, look door to door, social media, how to do everything, how to print flyers. We show you how to do all those things. So that way you're not going to skip a beat on getting those customers. Scalable technology, we have one of the best technologies in the world. Literally our proposals are plug and play. They're completely transparent with the customer. So we can show every single panel, remove panels, move different areas of where we want the house or the panels in the house. We'd have all that in there. And it takes an hour to get that proposal back. So unlike other companies that, you get the build customers ready, it takes them a day, 2 days to get that proposal ready. Ours takes an hour and you already have it in front of you. And it's a link that we can literally share with the customer. And we can do everything online. The financing is online. It's all DocuSign. You can go from sitting in front of your aunt and uncle at a barbecue and leaving the barbecue, and then you can have gathered the bill, sold them on solar, got them approved on the loan, send them docs, have them sign the docs, and you can be done within an hour to hour and a half. That's how fast this thing can go. So it's pretty incredible. Now, obviously, like I mentioned, we pay out every single day, pay out pretty much, even on Sundays. I've gotten paid on Christmas. I've gotten paid on Thanksgiving. On New Year's Day, I woke up on New Year's Day, and I had a deposit in my account. It was amazing. So they don't stop. These are all the current states that we're in right now. Everything in gold, that's going to signify that we're a general contractor in. So that means that we get faster installations in those states and higher gross margins in those states as well. We do plan on expanding more, but before we expand, we want to hit up every single state that we're not a general contractor in to hit general contracting status in those, and then we'll start adding more states onto that. So just go back over it again one more time. 70-30 split on the revenue share with the cost of goods. Like I said, fully transparent. 6-level revenue sharing, equity ownership, and one thing I love about this is 100% willable. So if something were to happen to me and I built this great organization, and I, for some reason, happened to have passed away, or something happened where I couldn't go to work anymore, my wife and my son can still be making this money, and it'll be still being deposited into their account. So nothing stops, and that's what I loved about it, because with all these times going on right now, we don't know what's going to happen. The economy can get shut down. We can be quarantined again. We have no idea what's going to happen, but this will not stop getting paid out to my family, which is what I love. Obviously, if you built up that team. Now, the cool thing is it only costs you $99 for that certification. Unlike other certifications that can cost you thousands of dollars, this is only $99. $49 is your technology cost. That's going to give you your CRM tool, websites, custom websites with your name on it, and your proposals. So for a total of $148, you get in. Your test takes about 3 hours for your onboarding certification. Once you're done with that, you're good to go. You can start selling, start recruiting, start doing everything you need, start doing all your training as you need, and you're pretty much all set after that. So are you ready? Let's get this thing going. Hit me back up how we talked. It could have been social media, it could have been text or whatever. Let me know what we need to get you to get going. And I'll send you the link. We'll get you going, and let's get started.